welcome to the Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of October 19th, 2017. I'm Rainey Knudson.
I'm Christina Rees. The 19th. What is that?
Number 5 is Julie Green, The Last Supper. This is on view in San Marcos at Texas State University. Julie Green is doing a series about death row inmates.
About the Last Supper. The Last Supper request of death row inmates is the last meal that they eat before they're executed. They can make a request. Sometimes these requests are printed in the local newspapers wherever it's taking place, the execution. She's been painting these basically portraits of the inmates through their last meal request.
You look at her website and you see somebody from Idaho who got lobster and steak, and then you go to Texas. And in 2011, Texas stopped giving death row inmates special requests, so they just get whatever's being served that day.
Yeah, and Texas has by far the most executions of any state in the U.S. There was a really sad one I saw. It said, requested shrimp, not available, received vending machine snacks.
There's one where the inmate requests something, and then the people made a note. I think this was Indiana, and they said, inmate told us that he had never received a birthday cake in his life, and so we ordered him a cake. Probably these plates aren't the greatest thing you've ever seen in your life, but collectively, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
And not to in any way take away from the victims of these people, but it's just, it's a tough thing to see.
So number 4 this week is Jimmy James Canales. He's, this is presented by Presa House. It's hosted by Flight Gallery in San Antonio. Jimmy James Canales has built these, they're basically kinetic, wearable artworks. They're chrome. They're based on motorcycle and lowrider and gearhead culture, as well as other things. There's like PVC piping and everything like that. He did a performance in these various kind of suits for the opening on October 6th. Now I think they're hanging in these big armatures, and you can see them, and you can kind of imagine how they would be activated by him. He's not a gearhead. I think that this is just this particular series where he's working with this stuff. He's referencing spacesuit technology and cyborgs, etc. It looks cool. The pictures are very cool.
The pictures are very cool. Do they relate at all to Nick Cave's sound suits?
I think they're more like exoskeleton armatures, so you see him through the machines.
Number 3 is Casanova at the Kimbell. This is called Casanova, the Seduction of Europe. It's on view through the end of December, so you've got some time to see it. When I first heard about this show, I was like, you know, I mean, I remember studying the Rococo in art history in college and being like, Fragonard, bleh.
Yeah.
Corsets, big wigs.
Yeah, so it's just not cool. It wasn't cool contemporary artwork. And then the older I get, the more I'm like, gosh damn, that stuff is sexy.
Sexy.
Yeah.
It's so sexy. There's a whole room of serious 18th century porn. And when I say serious, I mean, don't bring the kids.
Right.
But they've got all kinds of things. They've got clothing and furniture. And then the opening gallery is actually views of Venice by Canales. And it is a stunning gallery. Overall, this whole thing is a pleasure. There's works from the Louvre, works from all kinds of American collections. It's really fun, and it just to have a little pleasure in an exhibition is a pleasure.
Yeah, sex in Fort Worth, man.
And number 2 is called Tensile Strength. It is the off-year show for Houston Sculpture Month, which is a biennial. So this year, they've just got a group show at the Silos in Houston, and it's a really strong group of artists. I'm excited to see this. Kaneem Smith, Jeff Shore, John Fisher, Tommy Gregory, Patrick Renner, who I saw at a coffee shop today. You know, all kinds of people are in this show.
It's mostly Texas artists, and they're from all over Texas.
It's all Texas artists.
But those silos that's a serious, crazy space. I mean, it's talk about site-specific. Those are extreme spaces.
Yeah, I mean, big, giant, hollow concrete tubes. The acoustics in there are great. It's super interesting. And it's interesting to see how artists work with this space. Some do it really successfully and some not so much. So I'm really looking forward to this show.
So number 1 on our list this week is called Truth, 24 frames per second. It's the Dallas Museum of Art. This has been a long time in the making. This is video art. This is 24 different video artists. And you got a pre-preview of the way they're going to install it, because we had been questioning in our top 5 preview for this show, how are they going to install 24 videos in the museum without the sound and the light and everything just bleeding into each other.
Yeah, Gavin Delahunty, the curator, walked me through last month, and what's really remarkable is the commitment the DMA has made to this show. So every single one of these 24 videos has its own dedicated space. So you can go at any time and see any video, and it's not like a schedule or anything like that. And it's an interesting selection of works as well, a great list of artists.
Yeah, there's Mark Bradford and Phil Collins, Bruce Conner, Steve McQueen, man, Rachel Rose, Rosemary Trockle. It's a really strong list. I'm going to get to see a preview tonight, and it should all be up and running, and I love videos, so I'm excited about this one.